guys, here's what we're making today. The Oxbow tote. Now this was a kit for the Coosa Mountain Retreat. I didn't stay for making this, but Kasaya graciously gave me the kit. So I'm just making it today. Look at it. It's huge. This is the small version of the Oxbow by Noodlehead. So go grab the pattern and let's get started. Thanks. Hi everyone, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to make the Oxbow tote. I actually have two kits. One I received at the Coosa Mountain Retreat from Kasaya. I didn't get to sew with them, so I brought it home and I'm going to sew it up now. Pretty exciting. And then I got one as part of the bag making bee club, which I will also do. I'll have two tutorials on the Oxbow tote. This is the smaller version, although it's still pretty big. So here's what was in the kit from Kasaya. She's a gem and a half. And I know if you're not subscribed to Sai Swag, I would do it. She's a very good seamstress. She's as sweet as can be, just like she is on her videos. And her sister Susan is one of a kind. You are Susan, you know it. So here's the zipper overlay. This is I believe, the accent piece for the slip pocket. That's my belief. And then here is the front outside slip pocket. This is waterproof canvas from this. I think this is all from Wonderground, I believe. And this is the inside slip pocket. Again, I think that's right. I haven't made this before. This is the bottom lining piece. This is the bottom exterior piece. This is the zipper pocket lining. And then these are the two outside pieces. And this is the lining piece. Now, I shouldn't say I have never quilted a bag, but I haven't done it in a while, and not this size bag. So we are going to quilt it, and I'll probably do a lot of that on fast forward because it's very monotonous. She did include all the hardware, so here's some antique bronze zipper tape. Actually, there's two colors, one black and one gray. Oh my. And then some strap hardware. Oh, and a tag from Heartwood and Hide. I saw, I made it. Awkward. It's cute. All right, so that's that. And then she also included all the hardware. I mean, I did the same thing on my kit, so. Two anchors, 1.5 inch, a large, two zipper pulls, one large and one small, both number 5, a zipper end, and then a slide adjuster and 2 swivel clasps, all 1.5. And her cute little stick. Oh, this is a magnet. No, it won't fit there. Let's see. No, I'll have to find a place for it. Cute. You guys, I have so many bags. The reason I'm doing this one is because it's all cut out for me. I don't have to cut anything out. I've been really busy since I've been home. Like crazy busy. I don't quite get it. But. All right, and then she also included 2 pieces of Bosal foam, which we're going to put on and then quilt. Love it. All right. Let me get everything ready to do the quilting and we'll get started. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click like, subscribe, and comment. There's a JD in the bottom right corner of the screen. Click on that, subscribe, and make sure you select all for notifications. See you soon. All right, so what I did, and I'm going to do this real quick because my marks are going away. I started from this corner up to this corner and drew a line. And then I'm doing 2-inch squares, so I'm going to do all of them this way, and then I'll mark the other ones because my marks are quickly fading. And I'm using Swagalicious thread, so that seemed appropriate, didn't it? And I'm going to do 5. A 5 stitch line. I'm going to go up here because I did these stitches first. So that's what it looks like on the front, and that's what it looks like on the back. I did pretty good. All right, now let's do the other side. So I will do the marking, and I'm just using a big ruler. And I'm going to start on this big corner here, corner to corner. All right, so there's one side done. It doesn't really take that long. Marking it takes actually longer than sewing it. And that's what it looks like on the front. I personally really like it. Would I do it on every bag? No. But I like it. All right, I'm going to do the other one off camera. All right, you know, since I haven't done this in a long time, I decided I got to come up with a little faster way and where I can see the lines better. So I did this first sewing. You can see I sewed it already on the back. The thing you got to be very careful of is that your bobbin tension is good, because that's what you're going to see on this side. And so I did tweak my tension just a little. And then now I just use blue, so I don't have any trouble seeing it. I couldn't see it before. All right, so I did go ahead and quilt the bottom as well. Can you see it? It looks so good. All right, now we're going to make our strap. So we're going to do our slider. And I'm going to fold that over just a bit. And sew that on. And I'm just going to do 2 rows of stitches. My needle is in my way. I changed my needle, so it's very sharp. So, you know, if you feel comfortable doing a box, I would do a box. You know me, I don't like boxes. If you can't make something look good, then I don't do it. I come up with an alternative that is just as good, but looks better. I know, crazy. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we're going to put our first swivel clasp on. Make sure it's not twisted. And up and through. The slide adjuster. And add our other swivel clasp. Again, making sure that nothing is twisted and folding that in again. Okay, one more row. Perfect. Okay, our handle is all done. Okay, next step. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is I just put my two handle D-rings. She has these unique little holders for the swivel clasp, which I kind of like. So I just put those together. I haven't sewn anything yet. And then on your two handles, the pattern tells you to mark certain distance from each end up and then fold that in half. And that's what I've done. I haven't sewn anything yet, and I'm just finishing this one. I had a hard time finding a pin that would mark that I could actually see. And this webbing is pretty stiff. That's not necessarily a bad thing though, so I think she got all this material from Wonderground. It'll be interesting to see what's in the bag making kit. I haven't really pulled it apart yet. The bag making bee club kit, because it's the same pattern. See what they sent us this month. All right. Now we are gonna sew on the edge here, and I'm just gonna look at the pattern here. Yeah, she just does one row of stitches. I might do two. Let me think about it just a second. All right, I'm just gonna sew it and see how it looks, and then I'll decide whether I want to or not. So I'm just gonna do oh goodness, I don't want that. I gotta get it in the right spot to start. There we go. think you want to do another row now that I'm just sewing and stitching, because you want to have that kind of rounded edge here. Yeah. And she talks about pulling the threads to the back. I just backstitched. I mean, with this thread, you can hardly even see it. It looks so good. You can do handles like this, honestly. I've done rounded fold over handles before on bags, and I really like that. So that's what it's gonna look like. So when we put it on the bag, it'll look like this. Cute as a bug in a rug. All right, let's do the other one. I'll do that on fast forward. All right, so we're gonna do the front pocket next. And her seam allowances are the same throughout unless otherwise mentioned in the pattern. I'm just sewing along this curved top edge. And then we'll trim that. Actually, I'm going to use my pinking shears for this curve. It's only 2 layers, so I think, yeah, it doesn't mind it. You know, pinking shears are kind of persnickety. They only like to go through 2 layers of fabric. Any more than that, they just don't like it. Okay, then we're going to turn this wrong sides together. And top stitch, and we'll close it off. The sides will end up being under the handles, so you'll never see the raw edges on the side. Now, I am gonna put my tag here. I'm gonna sew my cork tag on. So hold on. All right, so we did our front pocket, and now we're just gonna baste that in place along the long edges here. All right, I did put my tag right in the middle there. We have a nice big pocket there. I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, now, from the pattern piece, we are going to add our, trying to find my mark up here. Yeah. So right there. We're not going to sew all the way up there, but I just wanted to get my mark there. So as you can see, this webbing is covering the raw edges of our pocket. then we're gonna put it, and so you want your outside folded edge to be outside. And then just make sure it's not twisted. Okay, I'm trying to find my mark. Oh, it's way over here. Okay. Yeah. That's why I see. Actually, where is it? There it is. And then I'm just clipping these on so that when I sew, they stay where you want them to. All right, so again, just make sure the outside is your folded edge and that your raw edges are covered here. Okay, hold on. All right, so you do need to mark a certain distance from the top, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's my little pink mark here. And then I am going to take this off and add some double-sided tape down the center just to keep my webbing in place, so when I go to sew it, it doesn't shift on me. I know. You don't have to. If you feel comfortable not doing the tape, then don't do it. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to do this side with you, and then the other side will be easier because there's no, not necessarily easier, but there's no raw edge of a pocket, because she only provided one pocket. If I was going to make this all by myself, I'd probably go ahead and do both pockets, because I like to have slip pockets on the outside so you can get to things. But she had, you know, just like any kit, you got to keep your costs in mind. And this is going to be perfect as it is. So we're going to sew up one side, across, and down the other on both. Okay, let's do it. And then I am going to back stitch right over this pocket because it's going to be getting in and out, and I just want to have a couple extra stitches there. Not necessary if you don't want to, but I'm getting caught on something. Okay, let's do the other side. So there you have it. Now, I'm debating whether I do another row of stitches. These handles are going to get a lot of use, and they're really just held on with this little bit right here. Let me think on it. All right, so I did do a second row of stitches, just an 1/8 in on each side, and then I just went over the same ones here to give it some more durability. So it's pretty secure now. Nice front pocket. Love it. And now we're going to add the handle on the other side. I'll do that on fast forward. All right, so we're going to add, next we're going to add our strap connectors. And we're adding them, what she tells you to, in down from the top, what she tells you to in the pattern. And I'm going to do them at a bit of an angle. I don't know that that's necessary, but that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll just baste those in place. I did already use the whole bobbin. All the quilting really eats up your bobbin. All right, next step. All right, so next you're going to take your base and center it on the bottom. And we're going to sew that together with the seam allowance in the pattern. Although we're going to start and stop at markings that she tells you in the pattern. So just keep that in mind. So you don't want to sew all the way to the end. All right, so the next step is to add the other side to the base. You know, this one is a big bag. I can't imagine doing the overnight bag. It would be massive. I don't know how I do it on this table. I'd have to move my table out. I had an empty bobbin in my clip. Anyway, it's just driving me crazy. All right, let's sew this the same way. Starting and stopping at those markings. You'll have to tell me if anybody's made the big Oxbow, the overnight bag, and how it was to sew compared to, this is a big bag itself. All right, next step. All right, so next we're gonna move on to our slip pocket. We are going to sew 3 sides and then turn it right side out. She made a little modification to the pocket. So it's not the same size as in the pattern, so just a hat. All right, now we're just gonna top stitch this top close so it doesn't come apart when we add our accent piece. Okay, now let's add our accent piece. I divided it down the middle and put a couple pieces of 1/8" double-sided tape. And we're gonna add it, but we're barely gonna add it to that center mark. And then fold it over and top stitch. And then we'll cut off any excess on the sides. Okay. Just make sure you caught it on the back, and I did. It's a miracle. Now let's just cut off any excess here. And burn those threads. I think I'm getting low on butane here. All right. Now I am going to divide this. Let me think about it. Hold on. All right, so mark your centers on one of your lining pieces, and then I divided my pocket a little off center, and I'm gonna stitch it up about 1.25 inches from the bottom. Since this pocket is just a little different. So there you can see I have one pocket that's perfect like for a cell phone or something, and one that's just a little bit bigger. Okay, next step. All right, so on your other piece of lining piece, we're gonna add our zipper overlay. I've centered and I measured down about 2 inches. And I'm gonna add that centered on my mark. And then sew around the outside. And I will pull these to the back since it's very contrasting. Perfect. All right, now let's do our zipper pocket. So on the right side of this is the right side of my pocket lining, we're gonna add our zipper. Right side up. And we're gonna sew that at a 1/4 inch allowance. And then we're gonna turn that and fold it and baste it down so it stays where you want it. Or you can iron it, or use double sided. This is about the only way I do zippers anymore. It's just so easy. All right, let's add our other zipper side. And I'll do that on fast forward. All right, now let's add some double-sided tape. And we'll put it inside our overlay. All right, I don't think it caught my filming caught that. So I just put my zipper in there and sewed around the inside, very much like any other zipper pocket with an overlay. And then I gotta check to make sure that my, I think we do need to leave this open. So I'm going to just fold that up on both sides. But let me check. All right, so we are just going to close the sides and leave the bottom open. So just fold that back. And sew down your sides. Okay, so the reason we turn this up is that when you go to finish this, you have a nice seam. If I can get it open. Now, I know some people go and iron this. I'm not going to iron it. I'll just clip it until these clips get in my way. And, I mean, you can iron it if you want to. And this is, I believe this is OtterTex, so I could iron it. It's not really quite OtterTex. All right, so there you have your nice pockets. Now, this little tag, I'm gonna put on my other side here. Because I almost forgot to do it. So I'm just gonna put it in the center here on the inside. There you go. I saw, I made it. Awkward. I don't know what that means, but it's cute. All right, next step. All right. We're gonna attach the lining base. Make your markings on your pattern, and we're gonna do just a slightly bigger seam allowance. Just by 1/8. I don't know if it really needs it, we'll see. But you're still gonna sew between those marks. Okay. All right, so on your top zipper, I'm folding it over 3/4 of an inch and bending it to a 90-degree angle and just stitching that in place. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. So let's just get it back in there where it belongs. Oh man, that didn't even take. That is weird. Let's try that again. Weird. Let me do the other one and then I'll do it. that one worked, but it's not very secure. I'm not doing a very good job here. There we go. That's better. Now this one, let's see. That was bizarre. I have never had that happen. So let's do this. Okay, I saved it. Very weird. Okay, let's trim this one up. Burn our ends on both. There you have your 90-degree turns. Cute. All right, on your exterior panel, mark what she tells you to in the pattern, and we're gonna put our zipper, if I can see the marking that I made, right side down. Your fabric is right side up, and your zipper is right side down. And we're going to baste that in place. And then on the marking over here, we're just going to taper it off. All right. This is a big bag, even the small. It's a very big bag. I like it. Okay, and when you get over here, taper it off on the mark. Okay, and then you're going to add it to the other side. I'm trying to find my marks. You could use double-sided tape here if it was easier for you. Might be easier. You know, you get calls, you don't know who they are. I don't answer calls, I don't know who they are. Nope. Okay, let's sew this other side. Same thing on our mark over here. We're going to start with the tapering. let's just see how it looks. Perfect. Now, she did send a zipper end, so we will use that for this, but not yet. All right, next step. All right, so now we're going to add our lining to this. And I'm going to have on the front my slip pocket piece, and my zipper pocket piece is going to be in the back. So let's just clip those right sides together. And then we'll sew the zipper, full seam allowance. I am going to sew it. I may have to just take my zipper pull off. You know what? I'm going to. No, I'm not. Let's see if I can leave it on. I'm going to sew it from this side so I can see my previous stitches. You just want to make sure that you're not bunching up your zipper end there. Want to make sure that you can't see my stitches. Nope. Okay. Now you have to move that out of the way. Now we are going to fold that seam and top stitch only the exterior. So the lining is splayed open, and that seam that we just created is underneath. Let me read it. Is underneath the seam that we've just sewed. This method really does help with the bulk on the sides. Let me make sure here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how we did. I honestly cannot imagine doing the Weekender, the larger size. Wow. All right, so there you go. There's a little thread here. Love it. Okay, now we're going to repeat that with this other side. Oh, I just got a delivery. I was like, what in the world? All right, let's do the same thing over here. Grab my clips. Center everything up. Oh, that was, I thought that was Amazon, but it was FedEx. I don't know what that is. Okay. Okay. Now let's do the same thing on this side. And I'm just sewing from the front so I can see where my previous stitching was. Just want to make sure I stay on the other side of it so it doesn't show. Oops. Hold please. No. Let's do this. Alright, I'm getting over here where my zipper fades off, so I just want to make sure I'm not folding my zipper. Alright, let's see how we did. Okay. And then we'll turn that and top stitch along the zipper there. Very interesting, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that off. Way in the way. Much easier. I don't believe that I hear myself saying this, but I may have to move my room around. I can't get too close because it's my window's in the way. I know. All right, next step. All right, so now we are going to put our side seams together. So these two seams we're going to match, and they're much thinner than they would have been if we had included the lining in our zipper. It just really works out better. I think Lauren is the first one I saw do this, and it does make a difference. Okay, so clip your sides, lining and exterior right sides together. Okay, I'm gonna start with the outside. Oh, there went my clip. There we go. Now, when we get up to the lining, we are going to increase our seam a bit. Here's my strap connector. I just went over that a couple times. As we go down on our seam allowance, let's make it just ever so slightly bigger. Not a ton, just a little. Okay, let's do the other side. Same thing, we'll start on the lining. Actually, I think I'll start down here. Okay, so on your exterior, you're gonna make little snips on up to your stitching on both sides so that you can lay this fairly flat to box your corner. Just don't over snip. And then box your corner. And then I am going to trim this just a little. And then we're going to repeat that on this side. Excuse me. Squish it. I know somebody's going to ask me if this would be easier on Thor. I don't think so. I don't think, not this part. So that's what you should have. Your corners are boxed. Next step. All right, let's turn it right side out. That's the beauty of having this huge opening. So cute. All right, I put my zipper on just to make sure everything is kosher. Look at that. It's perfect. That'll go down. That's my lining. That'll go down here in a minute. So I'm going to open my zipper pocket. And I'm going to pull my zipper pocket out and pull my linings through my zipper pocket. And we're going to finish the bottom of the lining. Okay, so you have your centers marked. Make sure you mark your centers before you do all this. And let's get this clipped. And we're going to finish the lining piece exactly like we did the outside, boxing the corners, etc. So on your lining bottom, you should have marks that tell you how far to go and when to stop, so that when we get ready to box, you'll have something to go by. Beautiful. Okay. So there you have, there's the bottom that we hadn't sewn. We're going to sew between those two marks that we had. And it's a little bigger seam allowance, so everything will fit nicely. And then start and stop on your marks. Okay. Same thing, we're going to do a little clip. That going through our stitching, and then you're going to box those corners. It just works beautifully, it really does. Oops, I got to do my other corner here. There we go. They just lay so nice and flat. And just like that. And I think I will just trim this just a little. And let's do this other side. And then we have to close our zipper pocket. Okay, push that down in there. Get it nice and even and see how it looks before we finish our zipper pocket. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks good. Oh my, okay, perfect. All right, let's close the zipper pocket and then you'll be able to see how good it looks. Then I think we're done. I don't have any more pieces. So, it's always a good thing. All right, let's close this up. Oh, I gotta put my zipper end on. Okay. All right, let's push our pocket in. It's a huge zipper pocket. I mean, we could put all kinds of stuff in there. Almost everything I carry would go in just the zipper pocket. Oh my gosh, you guys, it looks so good. Push that down. Yeah, there we go. All right. All right, let's put our end cap on. And sometimes you have to squish it in there and push it in with a stiletto or whatever you have, so it gets in there nice and tight. There we go. You just don't want any ends sticking out. Perfect. Okay. Now take your tiniest little screw ever. Oh gosh, danger. Let me do this. This is how I've learned to do it, is I just hold the screw until I get it where I want it. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now I am going to iron this lining so it's nice and flat. I'll be right back. All right, everybody. So, what I did was my zipper was sticking to the lining. So all I did was I did go ahead and top stitch again, and just to top stitch the lining down and out of the way. It was sticking and I didn't like it, and even if it's my bag or anybody else's bag, you don't want your zipper sticking. Don't like it. No. Now, so here it is. All done. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Thank you, Keziah, for including me. There it is. And look at the bottom. I just did 3 rows of stitches on the bottom. And here's your handles, and then you have a crossbody strap. Let me see. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. There we go. But look at that. I love it. I love it. Look at it. Huge pocket here. You open it up, you have a big, huge zipper pocket there. And then on the other side, you have 2 slip pockets. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. The Oxbow tote by Noodlehead. She's graciously let me do her pattern, so I appreciate it. She's an excellent designer. I learn something new every time I do one of her bags. There it is, the Oxbow. This is the smaller version, the tote version. It's huge. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go like, click, subscribe, and for notifications, say all. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.